Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS, the great millstone, who teach and who rule well. Shalom, shalom. And shalom to the 144,000 men out there, as well as the rest of the one-third that consists of men, women, and children, and the scattered and speckled birds that were scattered through all four corners of the earth. Shalom, shalom. And this brother Nabala back with another lesson. And as you can see here, it says farmers warn food aisles will soon be empty because of crushing conditions. We are not in good position. All right. So, this is pretty much, the scriptures talks about this, man, in the book of 2nd Ezra 16:22. The storehouses shall suddenly be empty, man. All right. So we'll get into this, right here. And then, we'll get into a couple of scriptures. All right. Because, in the book Isaiah 19, it pretty much, gets into, how, the conditions are going to affect, affect the what's called cultivation, pretty much. Like, what is Isaiah 19, 5 through 8? So let's read this. It said, farmers warn food aisles will soon be emptied because of crushing conditions. We are not in good position. The United Kingdom is facing dire food shortages. See, in the scriptures talks about that, man. It says forcing prices to skyrocket. All right, and experts predict this is only the beginning. All right. It says, according to a report by the Guardian, extreme weather is wreaking havoc on crops across the region. England experienced more downfall during the past 18 months than it has over an 18-month period since the record keeping began in 1836. So, pretty much, the United Kingdom, man, is pretty much, facing, food shortages, man. All right, they're going through, a food shortage, which is going to cause, the food prices to skyrocket. In the book of, the book of Revelations, was it Revelation 6? It pretty much, gets into that, man. The third seal of famine, it says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Right? Here's the point. It says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts, a measure of wheat for a penny. You see? A measure of wheat for a penny. And 3 measures of barley for a penny. All right? And see thou hurt not oil and the wine. So this pretty much gets getting to, hyperinflation, man. You see, because you're going to be paying, pretty much, you're going to be, pretty much paying with this food shortage. It's going to be overpriced. You see, you're going to be paying, a lot more, for a loaf of bread. You're going to be paying a lot more for a loaf of bread. With these food shortages, man. All right. Let's see what this says in the CSB version. All right, let's see what it says in NOT. All right, here we go. Let's read this in the NOT. This is Revelation 6, and it says, and I heard a voice from among the 4 living beings saying, a loaf of wheat bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay. You see? Will cost a day's pay, man. Getting into that hyperinflation. And that's exactly what, is going on, all right, in these times that we're in. All right. It says, because the rain hasn't stopped, many farmers have been unable to get crops such as potatoes, carrots, wheat, unto the ground. Usually you get rain, but there will be pockets of dry weather for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. You see it 2 3 weeks at a time. That simply hasn't happened. Farmer Tom Allen Stevens told the Guardian. It says farmers have also planted fewer potatoes, opting for less weather dependent on financially secure crops. At the same time, many of the potatoes that have been planted are rotting in the ground. You see, they're rotting in the ground, man, because these the nonstop rain, man. All right, they're not able to harvest. You see, they're not able to harvest, man, which is bringing forth a food shortage, man. You see, and Yahweh Shai is, destroying the earth, man. Judging this place. It says, there. It says there is a concern that we won't ever have the volume of potatoes we had slugging in the past, in the future. British Growers Associates CEO Jack Ward told The Guardian, "We are not in a good position and it is 100% non-sustainable." Warden added, it says English farmers aren't alone. People are struggling to grow crops worldwide because of the extreme weather. You see, worldwide. All right. It says dry weather in Brazil and heavy rain in Vietnam have farmers concerned about pepper productions. Severe drought in Spain and record-breaking rain, snowfall in California have made it difficult for farmers to cultivate olives and olive oil. El Nino and rising temperatures cut Peru's blueberry yield in half last year, and everyone's favorite drinks, coffee, beer, and wine, Slovakia, have all been impacted by extreme weather. You see? This extreme weather, man, is impacting this place, man. Yahweh Shai is bringing judgment, man, to this place. All right? You see? Like California, man, California went through that drought, very, very long time without rain. You see, there's places that's being flooded with rain. All these, are factors, in bringing forth the famine as well, man. You see, all these are factors in bringing forth that famine, man. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. 19, all right, and we're going to read it in NLT. 19, and we'll start at 5. No, Isaiah 19, yeah. It says, the waters of the Nile will fail to rise and flood the fields. You see? The waters of the Nile will fail to rise and flood the fields, all right? The riverbed will be parched and dry. You see, parched. Meaning, pretty much, dried out. From extreme heat. It says the canals of the Nile will dry up, and the streams of Egypt will stink with rotting reeds and rushes. You see, in these other countries with all this flood, man, you got all these crops, man, just rotten out there in the fields. It says all the greenery along the riverbank and all the crops along the river will dry up and blow away. It says, and the fishermen will lament for lack of work. Those who cast hooks into the Nile will groan, and those who use nets will lose heart. Pretty much will lose their mind. They're going to give up. All right. So let's get it in the CSB. It says the water of the sea will dry up. It says, and the river will be parched and dry, and the channels will stink, and they will dwindle, and Egypt's canals will be parched, pretty much dry, pretty much dry. All right. It's going to diminish in size. You see, it says reeds and rush will wilt. All right. Pretty much become, pretty much a limp, dead. All right. It says the reeds by the Nile, by the mouth of the river, and all the cultivated areas of the Nile will wither. All right, become dry. They won't flourish. It says, will blow away and vanish. It says, then the fishermen will mourn. All those who cast the hooks into the Nile will lament, and those who spread nets on the water will give up. You see? All right. So, Yahweh Shai, man, is definitely, visiting this place, man. He's bringing forth that destruction, on the earth, man. All right. Matter of fact, Isaiah, let's go to Isaiah 1. Um, no, Isaiah 24, Slakia. The earth judged. All right. Let's read it in the KJV. We'll start from 1. It says, behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, you see, and make it waste, and turneth it upside down, scattering abroad the inhabitants thereof. All right. What was? No, that wasn't it. Um, was that it? Oh, and yeah, thereof, and it shall be as the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, and as with the maid, so with his mistress, and as with the buyer, so with the seller, and as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh has spoken. All right, so the Lord is bringing judgment on this place, man, and you can see the title here, man, judgment on earth. You see, Yahweh Shai is bringing judgment on this place, man. All right, these people here, man. The buyers, aren't going to be able to, that buy these crops, to be able to put them in the stores, man. They're not going to be able to sustain these shelves, man. All right, they're not going to be able to sustain these shelves, man. Why? Because of this severe weather that's destroying these crops, man. All right. So let's get the book of Second Esdras, because it tells you in the book of Second Esdras. All right. What is it? Second Esdras 6, I believe. Verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall sown places appear unsown. All right. Now, when you get into the word sown, it means to plant, to scatter seeds. All right. So, suddenly, sown places shall appear unsown, are pretty much, without any, production, pretty much. You see, like nothing's going to produce. It says, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. You see, this is a prophecy, man. Storehouses, because that's, when you go to the store, that's where they store their food at, man. So those are considered today's storehouses, man. All right. They're going to suddenly be found empty. And that's what it's, that's pretty much, what this title was talking about, man. So, these prophecies, man, they're moving a lot quicker, man. They're moving a lot quicker. All right. And these are the times that we're in. All right. So, I just thought I would just blow the trumpet, man, because, this is, famine. Famine is definitely, getting ready to take place, man, on a whole nother scale, man. All right. So, with that being said, I like to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, once again, who teach and rule well. All right. And this is Brother Nabal. Until the next lesson. Shalom, shalom.